This is a code walkthrough for the example file SelectionConditional2.java. This example demonstrates the usage of the conditional operator as compared to doing the same logic with a simple if-else structure. But it also shows that we can do things in multiple different ways. For example, in this file, we're prompting the user to enter a number, we're reading it in, and then we want to calculate the absolute value. And we're going to do that three different ways. The first way is with a simple if-else construct. If the value is greater than 0, the absolute value is simply the number itself. But if that's not the case, then the absolute value is the negative of that number. And by the way, this works for 0 too, because negative 0 is still 0. And then we'll just print that value out in this tabbed format. The second way is using the same equivalent logic, but implementing it with a conditional operator. So here we have the same check as above. If that's true, this will be the value of the entire expression. Otherwise, if it's false, this will then be the value of this entire expression, which is assigned to this left-hand side variable and printed out in the same way. Notice that here we're reusing the same integer variable, but that's okay because we're printing it out before we step on it with the next calculation. But neither one of these actually represents the way we'd probably do this in practice. We already know about the math class and all of its static methods, one of them being the abs value. So we can simply call the absolute value method statically, as shown here, given the number, and compute the absolute value. And this would probably be the practical way. Would we do it this way or this way? No. This is probably the way we would actually do it in practice. But the point here is that in software and programming, there are often multiple different ways of doing something. Some ways might be preferable or faster or better than others, but there's usually multiple ways of doing things. So what we want to see here, obviously, after we compile this code, is that when we run this, we should get the same output from either one of these methods, or techniques rather. So let's put in a positive number, let's say 56. We get the same absolute value, which is good. Let's run it again for some negative number, say negative 56, and again we get the same absolute value in three different ways. So again, this example should show you how to use the conditional expression for simple expressions involving if-else logic, something like this, and also the point that there are often multiple ways of doing some simple things.